Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking yet another video and welcome if you're new. My name is Taddy G and this channel is all about me taking you guys along for the journey with me as I build my clothing brand. I'd like to apologize in advance if the lighting is a bit dodgy. I'm not connected up to my laptop today because I found out it just makes too much noise, and then when it comes to me editing the video, all I can hear is in the background, and it drives me nuts. So I'm not connected up, so I actually can't really see what I look like. Fingers crossed this comes out well, but even if it doesn't, I'm gonna release it anyway. So as you can tell by the title, in this video I'm going to be talking about my website and what I use to host my website. So let's get into it. So to host my website, I actually use Shopify. A lot of people do use Shopify. It is said to be the best in terms of e-commerce. I have dabbled in other website hosts like Wix, Squarespace, Jimbo. Jimbo was actually the first ever website host that I ever used. It's when I had my natural noir hair business. I used Jimbo to actually host the website. But anyway, for now, I actually use Shopify. I'm on the basic plan and that costs me $29 a month, which in pounds is about £23-24 depending on the exchange rate. I use a free theme on Shopify, but I have manipulated the code a little bit because I learned how to code. Nah, let me not sit here and cap. Like, I didn't learn how to code. I actually went on the internet and typed in what it is that I wanted and figured out how to make that work for my website. So I don't know how to code completely, but I do know how to dabble in the world of code. So I have coded certain elements on my free theme to make it a bit more how I want it to look like. The theme I use is Venture. Initially, when I first started using Shopify, I actually used to use the theme. Let me get it up. Wow, Wi-Fi. Okay. So initially, when I first started using Shopify, I actually used the theme Brooklyn, and I wanted to upgrade the website when it came to the handmade collection when I released that. So I ended up switching over to Venture, which has a little bit more in terms of customization. And I don't know, I felt like it just looked a little bit better than the Brooklyn theme that I was using. But when I do release my brand new collection, which I'm actually going to introduce to you very, very soon, it's going to be a whole new series. I will be moving over to a paid theme. I've been dabbling in some of the paid themes and I found that there's just so much more that you can do. Free themes are good, but now I'm trying to upgrade. So it was at the end of last year when I decided to move over to Shopify, because initially I was actually using Squarespace, which is a really good website host, but I decided to move to Shopify because I think it was mainly because of work. At work, my boss at the time was using Shopify, so I'd become a little bit more like familiar with how Shopify worked, and I thought, you know what, she's running a business that's bigger than mine and she's using Shopify. And then I heard that Kylie Jenner uses Shopify, I heard that Gymshark uses Shopify, and I was like, there must be something good about this website host. It wasn't too complicated for me to move over from Squarespace to Shopify, which is what I was worried about the most. I was still able to use the same domain name, so obviously I'd initially purchased my there's something here. Initially, I had purchased my domain name using the Squarespace system, but I was able to like just move everything over to Shopify, and my email handle, so my info at, is all handled using Google, so using G Suite, and it costs me an additional £4.70 depending on the exchange rate. So I'm going to talk about Squarespace quickly because, as you know, I was using Squarespace and I was using it for a good year and a half, and it served me really well. In terms of like customizing the website, Squarespace I believed was a lot more customizable. Like, you could actually get it to look exactly how you wanted it to look, whereas with Shopify it's a little bit more complicated, because I feel like when I was using Squarespace I never felt the need to actually dabble in the coding, but straight away with Shopify I was like, okay, I can't get this to look how I want it to look. Like, even with Squarespace you could have like a gallery page, whereas with Shopify and the free themes, like, you can't just make your website page look exactly how you want it to look. Sometimes you have to get like additional apps and all that kind of stuff, and it does become a bit long. But I do feel like it's only because Shopify is actually centered around e-commerce rather than the actual design of the website. But you can get your Shopify website to look exactly how you want it to look. You're just gonna have to pay or learn how to code. So I'm kind of like put down Shopify a little bit in comparison to Squarespace, despite the fact that I actually do use Shopify. But the reason why I did move was just because Shopify does have an amazing back end, and at the end of the day, as you scale up your business, you're going to need to have a fantastic back end. So as I mentioned, I do use a free theme right now, and I believe there are 9 free themes on Shopify. The paid themes start from about $140. I will be using a paid theme for my new website. I haven't quite decided which theme I'm going to be going for, but I have narrowed it down to 3 themes. Actually, I think 4. I've narrowed it down to 4 themes. I've got it in my notes. The themes that I may use for my upgrade are Motion, Mobilla, Retina, Trademark, and I was using Parallax, which I've seen is really, really popular. And there's another one that's really popular called Turbo. I haven't actually seen that in the Shopify theme land, like where you buy like all the themes. I think it's a theme that you actually purchase from like another like website. I actually spent the whole of Saturday doing research about paid themes on Shopify, and Turbo kept on coming up, but it is pricey. So when I initially moved to Shopify, it took me about 2 weeks to make that transition from Squarespace and to actually build my website to the point where, you know, I'm actually selling on it. I did pay the Shopify experts to do certain things on a website, so I wanted there to be like an alternating image. So you know when you like hover over like a product image, I wanted it to change to another image. And I also asked them to help me with like having like a sticky, it's called like a sticky top menu. When you like scroll, the menu stays instead of disappearing. In terms of adding video to my home screen, I actually coded a video onto my website. I was really, really proud of myself. I did get help from the internet, but I did manage to code it, and basically I put the video into my files and then it appeared. Well, it didn't appear. It appeared though. It appeared onto my home screen, and it doesn't link to YouTube or Vimeo, which was quite annoying because like you'd get like the little YouTube banner thing, like you'll know it's from YouTube or you'll know it's from Vimeo, and I just didn't want that. So those are the things that I actually changed with my free theme to make it a little bit, you know, a bit more of what I wanted it to be. But fundamentally, like I was saying, the reason why I moved to Shopify is because of the back end and being able to process orders in the most efficient way possible. So with Shopify, you know, the orders will come through. I'll see it on my phone because I do have the app. So you're able to see all the details of the order, including like their address and all that good stuff. You're able to process the order, mark it as fulfilled, and the customer will get like all the email notifications that they need, like when they first place the order. And when you process the order, maybe you add a tracking number. In that, the customer gets different automated emails that I've actually, you know, edited myself. Shopify also sends out another automated email when somebody decides to sign up to the email newsletters, and also if they decide to make an account with Shopify, because Shopify actually provides that facility that people can make their own little account and, you know, be part of a gang, which is really nice, and it kind of makes your business seem like legit and professional, and I really like that. So with Shopify, you are able to download apps which do make your experience on the platform a little bit easier. So the apps that I use currently are Facebook, Snapchat, and Google. So these are all associative ads. So with Facebook, you know, I've got the Facebook Pixel. With Google, you know, I'm able to do like the Google ads. With Snapchat, again, I'm able to do the Snapchat ads. So another app that I have is InstaFeed, and it allows me to have my Instagram feed on my website, and it just adds like another little element to the website that gives it a bit more, I don't know, just a bit more something, just to take up space. I have an app called Order Printer, which allows me to print off invoices that go in with my orders that I send to customers. I have Privy. So like I said, with the free themes, you're not able to like have some of these pop-ups which some of the paid themes have. So Privy is a really good alternative. So you go on the Privy website, you edit what you want like the little sign up thing to look like, and then it will link back to your website. The last app I use is Geolocation. So when customers come on the website from a different country, this app actually is able to tell what country they're from, and it automatically changes the currency, or it asks them to change the currency. I know that if I go on a website and I see just dollars, I'm not going to buy from that website because it's like, oh, it's an American company. But if I go on a website and I see pounds, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so that's a really good app. So last but not least, payouts. Payouts with Shopify do come frequently, which is good in terms of your cash flow. Cash flow is really, really important in business. And if you're waiting like month to month for your payout, you know, your customers have been buying, but it's just sitting in your account, it's annoying. So that's what I like about Shopify. Like, it's always paying you out. So say if a customer buys on Wednesday, by about Friday or Monday, you've got that money. And another app actually that I almost forgot to mention is the POS app. So it's point of sale. So I use this app, like say if I've got pop-ups and stuff, in order to like keep track of all the purchases that are being made at these pop-ups, I actually use this app, and anytime that I get a sale at a pop-up, I just log that in, and it allows me to actually keep track of all the money that's coming into the business in one place. So that's all I have to say about Shopify. I do think it's a really good website host, and I will be using it for a really long time. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to drop a comment, drop a like, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.